I actually have one on the podcast. You can go and download it. And if you want this free guide, just get a hold of me on LinkedIn and I'll send it over to you. Coffee Chat, 25 ice-breaking questions that can help create, culture and productivity in your workplace. Why I created that was because often in my talks, I'll have somebody say, well, we don't have a workplace like that yet. How do I create that space? And I've had, no joke, CEOs tell me my employees are never going to talk to me. I'm the boss, So that's a whole nother story of lack of psychological safety. If you're calling yourself the boss, then I promise your employees think you are the boss. And that's not going to change. And they will not come and talk to you and share with you because you need to change. That's your trust issues there. But what you do is, what happens is people expect that right away they're going to get their employees to start talking about super deep stuff, like, okay, so tell me about your mental health issues since it's COVID and we're all at home. And people are like, they don't feel safe. You haven't created any kind of a space for that. They barely know you. You haven't even asked them what their favorite color is, really. Things are that simple. And so I'll say, hey, you know what you do is you create the space for, say, 15 minutes every morning. And you get out these questions and they're dumb. Every day it's some dumb question. And don't make it like forced. Let buddies buddy up and people who stick together, and let everybody sit where they want. Don't go like, we're going to put so-and-so and so-and-so, or go A, B, A, B. Like, it all makes people feel so uncomfortable. Let everybody sit where they are the first time. Ask a silly question. What's your favorite TV show? And then shut up. And let them just start talking. And you provide coffee, but every day they know you're going to get together and it's just going to be something at the beginning of the day that is just some silly question. It starts to build this trust because they're having conversations. They are non-threatening questions. Then what happens, as you had said, is after you do that for a while, you can start asking the harder questions. Then you can come in and say, what isn't working for you right now? And be quiet.
I think that's really funny. I'm glad you brought up leaders, because when I was at the Workplace Wellness Conference a few weeks ago, one of the big takeaways from all these different, heads of organizations or heads of PR and all that sort of stuff has been how important it is for the leader to be the one that initiates that vulnerability, that discussion. The more the leaders were able to be quite genuine around saying, hey, I'm also, hypothetically say, struggling with mental health. I'm feeling quite down. I have actually spoken to my own psychologist, or I've joined in Australia, they've got this employee EAP, employee assistance.
EAP.
Yeah. So they think like I've gone involved. That created that call it the breaking of the ice that showed other people that they can do it as well. And so that's again coming back to this constructed version of showing how trust can be done is important, because it lubricates the way for everybody else to kind of go, oh, I can do this too. And another thing that I'll also throw in here, because you also touched on the method as well, is one of the other findings that people shared was more is more and more is better at this stage. And realizing that like the town hall scenario, great for the extroverts, terrible for people who don't want to speak up. And so there are the public forums, the quieter forums, even all the way through to the anonymous forums. And that requires an incredible level of trust by the organization that the employees are not going to abuse something like that. But yet again, there's a demonstration there. It's like, we are going to trust you to do the right thing, and we're going to demonstrate that by giving an anonymous channel. So hopefully that makes you feel safe in order to give us your trust too. And that has apparently been working out really well for some of these organizations.